Let's see here. Undesigned Coincidences. Testify is a great apologetics channel. Let's see what he's got.
Skeptics love to tell Christians that the gospel stories developed over time, adding more mythological elements as they went along. Matthew and Luke copied Mark, plus added a few more fables. And then you get to John's gospel, which is total theological fan fiction according to the critics. But if this is true, why do the Gospels have little interlocking details that seem to be unlikely if they were copied from each other or some other common source? The Gospels frequently add passing details that answer a question raised by the other in a way that fits together like a jigsaw puzzle. Fictions and forgeries don't normally work this way. Some scholars call these undesigned coincidences. So what in the heck is an undesigned coincidence anyway? Philosopher Lydia McGrew defines an undesigned coincidence as a notable connection between two or more accounts or texts that don't seem to have been planned by the person giving the accounts. The term was first coined by William Paley and popularized by J.J. Blunt in the 19th century. Allow me to give you some examples of these from the Gospels. I want you to notice that all of these come from the Passion and Resurrection accounts, which are a big fat target for the skeptics. So to start off, while on trial, Jesus was accused of plotting terrorism against the temple. Mark 14:58 reads, "We heard him say, 'I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another not made with hands.'" Later, while on the cross, Mark 15:29 says, "And those who passed by derided him, wagging their heads and saying, 'Aha, you who would destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days.'" But if we're just reading Mark, we don't have a clue where they were even getting this accusation from. However, we do find the answer in John 2:18 through 19. After cleansing the temple, some Jews said to him, "What sign do you show us for doing these things?" Jesus answered them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." What's weird about this is that nowhere in John's gospel is Jesus accused of plotting terrorism against the temple. All John does is tell us that Jesus was referring to the temple as his body, which he'd later resurrect. The words of Jesus got twisted by his enemies, and neither story is copied from the other, and it all has the ring of truthful testimony. Let me give you another example. Here's Matthew 26:67 through 68, which reads, "Then they spit in his face and struck him with their fists. Others slapped him and said, 'Prophesy to us, Messiah, who hit you?'" Rude move, but why would he have to prophesy if he could see who was hitting him? We find the answer in Luke, who lets us know that Jesus was blindfolded. Are you beginning to pick up what I'm laying down now? Let's look at two more from Jesus' trial before Pilate. Luke 23:2 through 4 says, "And they began to accuse him, saying, 'We found this man misleading our nation and forbidding us to give tribute to Caesar, and saying that he himself is Christ, a king.' And Pilate said, 'Are you the king of the Jews?' And he answered him, 'You've said so.' Then Pilate said to the chief priests and crowds, 'I find no guilt in this man.'" Whoa, hold up. Pump your brakes, boo. What exactly is happening here? The Jews made a very serious accusation against Jesus of being a king, and Jesus owns the charge. He admits, "Yeah, I am the king of the Jews." Pilate's response is, "I find no fault in this man." What in the world is going on here? Well, we find out if we turn to John 18:33 through 38. John is even a little more strange. Pilate's question about whether or not Jesus is the king of the Jews comes seemingly out of nowhere. Here's the text. It says, "Pilate entered his headquarters again and called Jesus and said to him, 'Are you the king of the Jews?' Jesus answered, 'My kingdom is not of this world.' Pilate went back outside to the Jews and told them, 'I find no guilt in him.'" Why would he even think that Jesus was claiming to be a king? John doesn't fill us in. Luke, on the other hand, gives us the complete accusation, but not the full answer. Jesus is a spiritual king. He's not interested in worldly power. So here we have Luke explaining a dangling detail left by John, and John doing the same for Luke. These two accounts fit together like two pieces of a puzzle, and it's evidence that they were truthful and their sources were close up to the facts.
I love undesigned coincidences. Thumbs up and a dance. Testify does a good job of showing how they are like puzzle pieces. Once they fit together, they either explain little mysteries or they highlight the accuracy of the accounts. I've noticed some people have problems understanding them. I even saw a skeptic channel do a debunking video, but he had the whole concept wrong. In fact, a commenter on the video who clearly was also a skeptic told him he didn't have it right. It may take you a minute to really see why undesigned coincidences are so significant. So if you're not tracking, watch this clip again, or better yet, click the link and watch the full video. Oh, and he mentioned Lydia McGrew. Well, she wrote a whole book on them that I'll also link below. Taken synergistically with other apologetics, undesigned coincidences work to reinforce the biblical accounts, and they do so in a way no one would expect. Well, I'm running late. I'm going to run so fast you won't believe it. Bye now. Me and Little Apologist will see you next time.